Alright, let's get into it. While you were busy debating whether pineapple belongs on pizza, FYI, it doesn't. Yeah, I said it. Fight me. The White House dropped a fiscal bomb that just blew up your online shopping cart. On August 15, 2025, United States President Trump signed Executive Order 14257, a sweeping directive that fundamentally changes how the U.S. handles imports from specific countries. Think of it as the global trade equivalent of your landlord suddenly deciding your rent is doubling, effective immediately, because your neighbor's dog barks too much. This isn't just some boring trade policy update for people in suits. This is a direct hit on your wallet, your side hustle, and that Etsy store you love. It's a big deal, and it's happening right now. So, who gets hit? The primary target is India. The administration cites unfair trade practices and intellectual property concerns as the main reason. But the collateral damage is massive. This isn't a surgical strike. It's more like using a sledgehammer to kill a fly. The order introduces new tariffs on a whole range of Indian goods: textiles, auto parts, electronics, and jewelry. But the real kicker is the suspension of the de minimis rule for shipments from India and a few other flagged nations. That's the magical rule that let you buy stuff online from overseas for under $800 without paying any import duties. Yeah, that's gone. Poof. Vanished. Why now? The timing is, let's just say, politically curious. The official line: it's been brewing for months after failed trade talks to get India to open markets and protect U.S. patents. The diplomatic version of "we need to talk" that ends with someone sleeping on the couch. But unofficially, we're heading into a tense political season. Flexing on trade is a classic power move to look tough on the global stage. It's a way for the administration to say, we're protecting American jobs, even if it means your favorite leather jacket from that boutique in Jaipur is about to cost 30% more. It's a high-stakes gamble, and we're all sitting at the table. The impact is immediate and messy. Small businesses that rely on Indian suppliers are scrambling. Online shoppers are waking up to sticker shock. And other countries, like our friendly neighbors to the north, are getting pulled into the drama. This isn't just about a few extra bucks on your Amazon order. This is a fundamental rewiring of the global supply chain. Aftershocks are just beginning. We're talking about a cascade of new rules, new taxes, and new geopolitical tensions. So buckle up, because we need to break down what just happened and what it means for you. Before we dive deeper into this rabbit hole of international trade drama, let's get our terms straight. Because let's be real, hearing words like ad valorem de-minimis can make you feel like you accidentally walked into a graduate-level economics class. It's designed to be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Think of this as your secret decoder ring for all the bureaucratic jargon. First up, tariff. This is just a fancy word for a tax on imported goods. It's like a cover charge for a product to enter the country club that is the U.S. market. Here's the timeline. The first domino to fall was Executive Order 14257, signed on August 15, 2025. This was the big one. It cited Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974. That gave the U.S. Trade Representative the green light to impose new tariffs. The initial announcement targeted sectors like textiles, jewelry, specific electronic components. It was a warning shot across the bow of global trade. Things escalated quickly. Just a week later, on August 22nd, the USTR issued a clarification. This wasn't just about big container ships full of goods. It was about your individual packages, too. The clarification memo explicitly suspended the Section 321 de minimis privilege for shipments from India. The package tax, a bombshell for online shoppers. For years, the $800 de minimis threshold has been the unsung hero of global e-commerce. It allowed you, the consumer, to directly import goods without navigating the labyrinth of customs duties and fees, as long as the total value was under $800. It was the backbone of business models for companies like Shine, Temu, Etsy, and Shopify. It democratized imports, taking them out of the hands of giant corporations and putting them into the hands of anyone with a credit card. Let's do some cart math to see what this actually looks like. Say you bought a handmade leather bag for $150, a set of brass bangles for $50, and 2 silk scarves for $50 from an Indian artisan's online store. Your total is $250. Before August 15th, that's all you paid, plus shipping. But now, that $250 package gets hit with a tariff. The leather bag, HS code 4202, might have a 16% duty. The brass bangles, HS code 7117, an 11% duty, and the silk scarves, HS code 6214, a 6% duty. Suddenly, you're looking at an extra $24 for the bag, $5.50 for the bangles, and $3 for the scarves. That's an additional $32.50, plus a merchandise processing fee of around $10 for the formal entry. Your $250 purchase is now almost $300. This package tax isn't just about making you pay more. It creates a nightmare for both the buyer and the seller. Who collects this tax? Sometimes the shipping company, like FedEx, DHL, will pay it for you and then send you a bill. If they don't, you might get a notice from CBP telling you to pay online before they'll release your package. For sellers in India, it's a customer service disaster. They now have to explain to angry American customers why their package is delayed and why they suddenly owe more money. It introduces a massive layer of friction into what was once a seamless transaction, threatening the livelihoods of small artisans who depend on direct-to-consumer exports. Just when you thought this was a two-player game between the United States and India, our neighbors to the north decided to pull up a chair. On September 1st, 2025, Canadian Trade Minister Mary Ung held a press conference that sent ripples through the international community. She announced a comprehensive review of Canada's trade relationship with India. Canada's move is a strategic play in a multidimensional chess game. They could strategically lower barriers on certain Indian products, effectively poaching that trade. It's a high-stakes play to capitalize on the chaos created by their southern neighbor. So, who really foots the bill for these tariffs? Spoiler alert, it's you. Tariffs are levied on importers, but those costs are almost always passed down the supply chain like a hot potato, and the last one holding it is the consumer. Your favorite clothing brand that sources fabric from India? They're now paying a 25% tax to import it. They're going to bake that into the price of the final product. That $80 pair of jeans might become a $95 pair of jeans. It's a hidden tax that shows up on the price tag at Target, Macy's, your local boutique. The sectors hit hardest by the India-specific tariffs are exactly the ones where Indian manufacturing excels. Textiles and apparel, cotton shirts, high-end silk garments, jewelry, silverwork, gemstone work, auto parts, electronics, machinery components. These aren't just random products. They are deeply integrated into U.S. supply chains. A company assembling a product in Michigan might be completely dependent on a single, critical part that is only made in a factory near Bengaluru. When trade routes get blocked, business flows like water. It finds a new path. The immediate effect of these tariffs is a phenomenon called trade diversion. The big winners in this shuffle appear to be Vietnam. Vietnam has been steadily growing as a manufacturing powerhouse for years, positioning itself as the go-to China Plus One alternative. They have the factories, the workforce, and the logistical infrastructure to absorb a lot of this diverted trade, especially in apparel and electronics. For American companies, Mexico is an even more attractive option. Thanks to the USMCA, the new NAFTA, trade with Mexico is largely tariff-free. Plus, it's right next door, which means shorter shipping times and lower transportation costs. Companies are quickly rediscovering the beauty of nearshoring. But the shuffling doesn't stop there. Other countries are also rolling out the welcome mat. Turkey is emerging as a major player, especially for textiles and home goods destined for the US and European markets. Its unique position straddling Europe and Asia makes it a strategic choice. In Eastern Europe, Poland is becoming a surprising hub for light manufacturing and components, offering a stable political environment within the EU. According to a recent report from the Global Trade Institute, dated August 29, 2025, inquiries for new manufacturing contracts have surged by over 200% in Vietnam and 150% in Mexico in the 2 weeks since EEO 14257 was announced. This great supply chain shuffle is not without its own costs and risks. Setting up a new supply chain is incredibly complex and expensive. It involves vetting new factories, ensuring quality control, navigating different labor laws, and reconfiguring entire logistics networks. It can take years to replicate the efficiency and relationships that were built in India. Furthermore, it creates a new set of vulnerabilities. If everyone rushes to Vietnam, for example, it could overwhelm their capacity, leading to production delays and a spike in labor costs. Businesses are trading one set of problems for another, swapping tariff risks for the risks of the unknown. Okay, this all sounds pretty bleak, but you are not powerless. Whether you're a casual shopper or a small business owner, there are concrete steps you can take to navigate this new, tariff-filled world. Let's start with the consumers. This is your personal survival guide. 1. Check the country of origin. Before you click buy, scroll down and look for where it's shipping from. If it says India, be prepared for potential delays and extra costs. Many platforms now disclose this. Do your homework. 2. Budget for duties. Assume India items may have a 10 to 30% tax added. 3. Look for domestic or alternative sellers. Search for US-based sellers or countries not affected by the de-minimis suspension. 4. Consolidate shipments. Ask sellers if they can ship from warehouses outside India. 5. Track your package and pay duties promptly. Track shipments closely and pay quickly to avoid added delays. Now see, small business owners and importers. The stakes are much higher. Your entire business model might be at risk. Step 1. Conduct an immediate supply chain audit. Know what percentage of your products come from India. Calculate the new landed cost for each item using its HS code. Don't guess, know the numbers cold. 2. Communicate with your supplier. Ask Indian partners for discounts or clearer documentation. 3. Explore tariff engineering. Can you change material or design to get a lower HS classification? 4. Begin sourcing alternatives now. Research suppliers in Mexico, Vietnam, Turkey. 5. Talk to a customs broker or trade lawyer. Rules are complex and changing. So where does this all go? As we stand here today, we're staring at a fork in the road. In the first scenario, the tariffs stick. The court battles drag on, and these new tariffs become the new normal. For consumers, this means a sustained period of higher prices. That initial sticker shock just becomes the sticker price. Then there's the second scenario. The tariffs are reversed. The courts could strike down the executive order. In this future, we would see a rapid snapback of prices. However, the damage might not be entirely reversible. The trust between countries would be shaken. Either way, the world of trade has been changed, and we'll be feeling the effects for years to come.